guys, I'm here in the garage and I got some goodies for the KX65. We picked up a braking rotor and some EBC pads for the front. And I also got new shoes. We got the PMT medium 120/80/12 for the rear. And when I bought this bike, it came with a PMT soft for the front, which actually looks in pretty decent condition. Probably only ran about a couple laps. There's just a little bit of wear. So we're gonna put that on the front. Also, I couldn't find any medium fronts anywhere near me or abroad. So somebody's got to restock on PMT front mediums. Let me take you for a tour on what these old tires look like. So as we can see, we're looking at the rear here. We got some nice bluing from the heat cycles. And let's see if we can find the wear marks. Here we go. We got one here. This one is worn away, and this one is just about to disappear. So definitely worn on the right side, which is probably from running the 24-hour race, which was mostly rights. And yeah, these are also really hard. They're very hard. And if you can see, there's a whole bunch of the goat heads from Willow Springs still lodged in here, like that right there. See if I can focus. There's a whole bunch of these goat heads lodged in there. Luckily we didn't spring any leaks, but I mean these things are buried in there, like all over the place. We only had 2 offs, but even on the track they were just everywhere. You can see like a couple of the holes where we had to pull them out. Let's take a look at the front. So looking at the fronts, there's a little bit more, wow, that brake's hanging up. Huh. I wonder if we actually warped with the rotor. That's not good. Well, I'll check the brakes when we replace it. But let's find some wear markers. As you can see, wear markers are gone on the right side as well. And tons of goat heads. These tires are cooked. They felt pretty greasy on the last few laps. There's definitely some unevenness to this rotor. Like it'll spin freely there and then catch freely. So I think we might have actually warped the rotor. When I pull it off, we'll check it on like on our table just to see how flat it is. Or maybe I can find a piece of glass. But let's pop these things off. And lift. There we go. Numero uno. And because I'm not mounting these tires myself, I'm going to take it in the shop. I'm going to take the spacers and the little dust caps off so they don't get lost. I like to zip tie these together, just keep them in the matching set. The rears have a little bit bigger of a spacer on the chain side. And not that I would get them mixed up, hopefully, but just to be sure. Alright, let's take these to my local shop that I absolutely love because I hate mounting tires and I'm not very good at it, and chances are I'll tear the tube inside, so let's go. Alright, back from the shop. Cycle City Motorsports did a great job, as they always do. I have these bad boys up. Let's come back in the bike. This axle has seen better days. Looks like it's touched the ground a few times. So I should put the chain on first. Come on. Nope, just one of you. There we go. Get in your home. No. This is getting surprisingly heavy holding this here. Alright. Now, we're going to do the brake rotor on the front and the brake pads. Alright, time to take the rotor off. Knowing my luck, these are going to be next to impossible to get off. Oh. That was easy. Oh, they had Loctite on too. Red Loctite. This isn't even flat. Like this isn't even close to flat. Hold on. This thing is completely bowed. It's like a bowl. Alright, so I pulled in the rotor and I brought it inside and put it on the table just to try and show how warped this thing is. I mean, it's not touching the table at all around the edges, and the intersections from the where it mounts are probably a good few, like couple of millimeters from the straight edge. Let me flip this around. I mean, you can probably see some of the curvature as I turn it, and then when I drop it like this, and put the straight edge on top of it again. Look at that. Look at how far away from the rotor edges it is. That's insane. I can't believe this thing was even working. I mean, I guess it really wasn't. Alright, I'm going to hit this thing with a little bit of brake clean. Just get any of the machining oil off of it. The new one, surprisingly, is also not 100% flat, but it's way better than the other one is. It's just barely dished on one side. So we'll check it in a little bit, see if it warps just like the other one. I got some thread locker here. Keep these little bad boys in place, just using the blue stuff. Whoa, okay. Just completely glommed all of that on one. Great. Just gonna use what's left of my finger to run the other ones. Alright, the camera died for the last little bit of that, but all I did was put some thread locker on the bolts and snug them down. We'll do one last little pass here. And they're good. Alright, now let's do the brake pads. Let's get these pads out. There we go. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is definitely worn more on one end, this top end, than the bottom end, which would be from our extremely dished rotor. And yeah, this one's pretty unevenly worn too. So I got the new pads here. which will go in like so. And this guy goes in like, it's hard doing it from behind. That's what she said. Yo, there's my dad joke for the day. Oh, I might have to compress the piston a bit. See if I can push it by hand. Oh, kind of. Yeah, perfect. Got that set in there. That's really back there. There we go. Now I put the pins back in. There we go. Now it's in. I think the next time these wheels come off, we'll do a wheel bearing. Or wheel bearings, I should say. And put you front and center for the amount of frustration that's about to happen. So I gotta get those pads to give me enough clearance to get the rotor through. Every time I bump it, it moves the outer pad in a little bit, making this very difficult. You know what, I might just leave the screwdriver if it'll fit just in long enough to get the rotor in. See if that works. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Pull the screwdriver out. Get our axle in. Went a little excessive with the grease, it seems. And tighten her up. That already spins much better. And it's still got a bed in so that it doesn't drag so much, but way better than it was before. It's just skimming it. It's not like dragging it like it was before. And there we have it. New rotor, new pads, new tires. This thing is pretty much ready to go back to the track. Alright, so it is. Some maintenance on the KX65, new rotor, new pads. I can't wait to bed them in and see how they feel. It was pretty squishy at the end of the 24 hours, so I hope this is a lot better, especially getting rid of that warped rotor. And thanks for hanging out with me in the garage, and I'll see you on the next one.